everyone, it's George from Blockchain TXP and today's the 18th of December 2023 and unfortunately guys, the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is definitely not looking good in comparison to the previous weeks. Now listen guys, the FOMC meeting announcement definitely had a negative impact on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, isn't it? So it's going to be really interesting to see what news this particular week will actually go ahead and drop the price of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency. But that thing being said guys, the altcoin so far is definitely looking much better than the first 9 months of this year. Now in today's episode guys, we have some really massive news, and that is regarding one of the leading stablecoin issuers, that is Tether USDT, and looks like they are collaborating with the Department of Justice, FBI, and also Secret Services. Now to be honest guys, this should not be a positive news, because what that means is government will have full control over your spendings. And listen guys, I've always said this, when you talk about stablecoins, they're definitely not following the ethos of open blockchain, and now them collaborating with government entities definitely puts a negative impact, not just in stablecoins but on the global cryptocurrency world as well. But if you look at it from a different point of view, looks like they are doing that in order to reduce some illicit activities. And guys, in the past, the USDT and even Circle USDC have gone ahead and frozen certain wallets as well. Now look guys, whether you like stablecoins or not, they're definitely here. But my big question is, what happens to stablecoins as and when central bank digital currency kicks in? I really am not sure why you would want to use stablecoins when you have central bank digital currency. And guys, the big question is, are stablecoin issuers replacing the role of a bank? To be honest guys, me personally, I'm not a fan of stablecoins, so we'll definitely go ahead and explore what this news is all about. Now guys, on the 14th of this month, Ledger, which is one of the leading hardware wallet service providers, they did have an exploit or an hack, and roughly $480,000 were being drained because of this exploit. So in today's episode, we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that. Mind you guys, it's really important to know that the wallet as such has not been impacted, but there was something to do with smart contract. So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this. And guys, finally, we have some news regarding Bitcoin fees, and looks like they have reached a new all-time high. Now listen guys, at this point of time, you should know that when you're transferring Bitcoin from one wallet to another, or rather sending Bitcoin to one person to another, the fees is dependent on the time as opposed to the amount. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what is going on so far as Bitcoin fees is concerned. Now look guys, Bitcoin fees going high is definitely profitable for Bitcoin miners, but is it good for Bitcoin blockchain ecosystem? I definitely don't think so, because at this point of time, there are over 350,000 transactions that are waiting to be confirmed. Definitely not ideal. And listen guys, if this trend continues, I really am not sure what the future of Bitcoin blockchain is. So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this. And guys, like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date podcast, I'm going to be discussing two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And the first news guys is regarding a Mubadala based lab called as Andalusia Lab. And they have raised $48 million and looks like they're setting up the operations in Abu Dhabi. And guys, last week, pretty much every day I had some news regarding Abu Dhabi. And one trend guys, which I've been observing particularly since the last 6 months, is that there are quite a lot of events taking place, and looks like a lot of investment is actually flowing in from Abu Dhabi as opposed to Dubai. So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this news. And the second news guys has to do with Web3, and the news is that UAE based Seagrass, they have partnered with Hashgraph Association, and they are launching a co-funded carbon credit Web3 identity wallet. So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this. So quite a lot of cover guys in today's episode. So let's kick start with it right away. Welcome to the Crypto and Coffee Date, the daily podcast that keeps you up to date on all latest developments in the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and NFTs. Join us Monday to Friday as you kick off your day with a cup of coffee and a deep dive into the exciting and rapidly evolving world of digital assets. We'll cover the latest news and trends in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, as well as delve into the growing world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens and metaverse. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments from Dubai, UAE and the wider Middle East region. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just getting started, Crypto and Coffee a Day has something for you. Our expert host will provide insight and analysis on the most important topics in the industry and help you stay up to date on the latest developments. They'll bring you interviews with leading figures in the crypto and blockchain space and explore the ways in which these technologies are changing the world around us. From the impact on traditional financial systems to the potential for revolutionizing industries and transforming societies, we'll cover it all on Crypto and Coffee at 8. So tune in and join us for a daily dose of Crypto and Coffee at 8, and let's stay ahead of the curve together. We'll start your day off right with the most important news and insights from the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse, and help you navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. In Crypto and Coffee at 8, the daily podcast covers the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse. We'll also bring you updates on the latest news from Dubai, UAE and wider Middle East region. This also includes a range of topics such as developments in the local and blockchain industry, including new projects and initiatives, regulatory updates, and policies related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region, local and regional events and conferences focused on crypto and blockchain, interviews with leading figures in Dubai, UAE and Middle East crypto and blockchain community, coverage of any significant news or events related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. By covering these local and regional developments, in addition to the wider world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, Crypto and Coffee at 8 aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the industry and its impact on the Dubai, UAE and Middle East region. Now before we kickstart today's episode, I have an important message, so check this out. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well. And Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously. And they're focusing on 3 Ps. That is people, planet, and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing, and hosting training workshops, seminars, and community events that educate, inform, and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers two hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now as of today guys, the global cryptocurrency market has actually gone down and it is at $1.56 trillion. And to be honest guys, Bitcoin's market cap is not looking good at all. It is almost on the verge of going below the $800 billion mark. So it's going to be really critical to see what happens this particular week. So far as the market cap of Bitcoin is concerned, so far as the global cryptocurrency market is concerned, it is down by 1.73%. And guys, if you look at the total crypto market volume since the last 24 hours, it is $51.54 billion. Now mind you guys, I'm looking at these numbers in the early hours in the Middle East. And to be honest guys, it is still Sunday in most of the Western countries. And this number of $51.54 billion is definitely much better than the first 3 quarters of this year. As a matter of fact guys, $51.54 billion is definitely good on a weekend. And if you look at it, it has actually gone up by 11.35% since the last 24 hours. The volume in DeFi is also looking good because it is well past the $5 billion mark. And it is at $6.77 billion. But so far as the total value locked is concerned guys, there is not much impact so far as the total value locked is concerned. And the total value locked guys as of today stands at $50.51 billion, with Lido still leading the race with $20.01 billion. And guys, if you look at the decentralized to centralized exchange dominance, it is at 14.13%. And guys, DeFi as of today is accounting for 13.14% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now let me just very quickly run through the volume of decentralized exchanges, because Uniswap guys is clearly leading the pack. And so far as the 24-hour volume is concerned, it is at $1.38 billion. PancakeSwap guys is at number 2nd at $313.03 million. Orca guys is at number 3rd at $305.62 million. Radium is at number 4th at $241.47 million. And Core Finance at $135.67 million. Now guys, regarding this project called Orca, they have definitely been top 5 in the last few months. So what I'll try to do is in one of these days, I'll try to go ahead and explain what Orca is, who the founders are, and try to give a better understanding of what Orca is. Now guys, let's quickly run through the volume of stablecoins, because we have some massive news regarding the issues of Tether USDT, that is Bitfinex, and even the CTO, that is Paulo, has gone ahead and shared some bits and pieces of information. But before that guys, let me just quickly run through the numbers, because the volume of stablecoins is at $46.22 billion, and stablecoins as of today, that is 18th of December, is accounting for 89.67% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And out of this $46.22 billion, Tether USDT accounts for $37.86 billion, Circle USDC is at $4.75 billion, and Tron USD guys is at $137 billion. Now look guys, since the last week, Tron USD's volume has definitely overtaken Binance BUSD's volume, and Binance BUSD's volume guys was only at $32 million, and the end of Binance BUSD is definitely confirmed by the 31st of this month. Now guys, let's quickly run through the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. And as I mentioned earlier guys, right now Bitcoin's market cap is $804 billion. I wouldn't be surprised in the next coming days if Bitcoin's market cap does actually go below the $800 billion mark. So it's going to be really interesting to see if you do get some update regarding Bitcoin Spot ETF or any positive news regarding Bitcoin. Because to be honest guys, there are quite a lot of transactions which are still on hold, and that is definitely not good for Bitcoin blockchain ecosystem. And the root cause of that guys is unfortunately because of Bitcoin ordinals. So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that. Now Bitcoin's market cap is at $804 billion, whereas Ethereum's market cap is $260 billion. If you look at the 24-hour trading volume, guys, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is $18.9 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is almost 50% of that of Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume at $8.10 billion. The dominance of Bitcoin, guys, is 51.80%. Ethereum's dominance has actually gone down below the 17% mark. And to be honest, guys, this might be the very first time in a very long time in 2023 where Ethereum's dominance has gone down below the 17%. And that is because of a lot of altcoins which has been pumping up and a lot of shitcoins that has taken up the share of the market cap, isn't it? Now, as of today, Ethereum's dominance is 16.80%. Now, guys, let me quickly run through the total value locked so far as DeFi is concerned, and as I mentioned earlier, guys, Lido is definitely leading the pack with $20.01 billion. MakerDAO, guys, is number 2nd at $8.35 billion. JustLend is at number 3rd with $6.42 billion, and Nave, guys, is at number 4th so far as the total value locked is concerned at $6.17 billion, and it's no surprise that number 5 is Uniswap at $4.05 billion. Now, guys, before we look at the king of all kings, let me run through a project called as Obler, and the ticker symbol, guys, is ORBR. That is O for Orange, R for Roger, B for Bravo, and R for Roger. So let me go ahead and very briefly explain what this project or protocol is. Because, guys, Obler is a Web3 marketing platform that connects Web2 audiences with decentralized projects, and, guys, the platform utilizes a utility token called as ORBR for various purposes. And, guys, users holding Obler's utility token, that is ORBR, gain exclusive access to premium features and tools on the Obler Web3 marketing platform. And this exclusive access is designed to provide users with valuable insights and capabilities tailored to enhance their Web3 marketing strategies. And, guys, the ORBR token holders have the opportunity to participate in staking by locking up their tokens in various staking pools that are offered on the platform, and stakers, guys, can earn additional ORBR tokens based on the annual percentage rate, also called as APR, that is associated with each staking pool, and this incentivizes users to hold and stake the ORBR tokens, contributing to the platform's ecosystem. And, guys, the project can leverage the missions platform to create interactive tasks and challenges for users, and users can engage with these missions to earn rewards, fostering active participation and increasing community involvement. And Obler, guys, provides digital adventures that help Web3 projects boost their presence and interactions on various social media platforms, and this feature enhances the visibility and engagement of projects within the broader online community. And, guys, Obler emphasizes the creation of strong, involved and adventure-driven communities, and the platform offers tools for users to connect, collaborate and grow together, fostering sense of community among participants. Now, so far as the Web3 integration is concerned, Obler is deeply integrated into decentralized Web3 world, ensuring seamless interactions and integration for projects and users within this evolving ecosystem. And, guys, so far as the reward system is concerned, the platform incorporates a reward system as an integral part of missions, motivating users to actively, consistently participate in various activities. So the big question, guys, is how does Obler actually work? So what happens is users start by connecting the supported Web3 wallet and linking their social media accounts, and they can then follow their favorite communities and participate in missions to earn rewards, and projects can easily set up the community pages on Obler, providing a personalized space for community members, and the dashboard allows for creation, management and tracking of missions, as well as analysis of community-related statistics. So essentially, in some regards, Obler is a comprehensive Web3 marketing platform that utilizes Obler utility token to provide exclusive access, staking opportunities, and a range of tools for Web3 projects. And the platform's focus on missions, community building, and social media engagement, contributing to a vibrant and interactive ecosystem for both users and projects. So what are your thoughts, guys, about this project? Mention them in the comments below. Now, guys, let's look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And the price of Bitcoin, guys, right now is $41,104. And since the last 24 hours, it has actually gone down by 1.75%. Since the last 7 days, it is down by 2.44%. Ethereum, guys, is at $2,167. Since the last 24 hours, it is down by 1.78%. Since the last 7 days, it is down by 3.05%. Binance BNB coin, guys, is at $236. Since the last 24 hours, it is down by 1.37%, but since the last 7 days, it is up by 2.04%. Now look, guys, stablecoins has definitely been dominating, not just in 2023, but since its inception, isn't it? And one of the leading stablecoin issuers, that is Tether USDT, they have officially acknowledged its extensive collaboration with various government agencies such as the Department of Justice, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, also called as FBI, and also the Secret Services. And guys, the collaborative efforts are aimed to enhancing security of stablecoin ecosystem for all users and supporting law enforcement initiatives against illicit activities. So what happened, guys, in a series of letters directed to Senator Cynthia Lummis, Tether highlighted the collaborative relationship that the company has established with the US Department of Justice, the FBI or the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and the Secret Service as well. And their aim is to combat illegal activities and aid in fund recovery. Now look, guys, who decides what is illicit activities? Now granted, there are clear guidance and regulations on what is it that is classified as illicit activities, and the only example I can think of is in a city like Mumbai, if you were to actually purchase beef, that is considered illegal. So it depends when you talk about stablecoins, is it only applicable to US or does it change as per country to country? And the CEO, Paulo Adriano, and the Chief Technology Officer of Bitfinex said the USDT, stated that the company had taken a proactive security stance, freezing the funds held in wallets included in the OFAC, that is Office of Foreign Asset Control, specifically designated national or SDN national list, and he also declared that this measure is a definite move designed to protect users and integrity of stablecoin ecosystem. But look, guys, if you talk about this news from an ethical point of view, granted it does sound to be great, but when you talk about stablecoins, are they replacing the role of a bank? Definitely yes. And that, to be honest, guys, is not ideal at all. Because when you talk about stablecoins, as I mentioned several times in my Crypto and Coffee a Day podcast, they're definitely not following the ethos of open blockchain. Now, what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to YouTube and look out for Andreas Antonopoulos. He has put up a video explaining the pillars of open blockchain. That is the open source, censorship resistant, permissionless, neutral, borderless, and publicly verifiable. Now, when you talk about stablecoins, unfortunately, guys, your transactions can 100% be censored. This, to be honest, guys, is definitely not ideal. Now, listen, guys, this is what I think, right? Let me know if I'm wrong in this. One of the biggest black swan event, not just in the cryptocurrency world, but in the finance world, could actually be the demise of Tether USDT, and this is what I think. Rather than going down with Tether USDT, looks like the team behind the issuance of Tether USDT, that is Bitfinex, they are actively collaborating with the US government, and the project might just end up completely shutting down, and looks like these key individuals might just have a safe haven. This might sound like a conspiracy, but knowing the notorious history of Bitfinex, the issues of Tether USDT, I do think that this is what might happen. Tether USDT going belly up could be absolutely devastating, not just for the cryptocurrency world, but also for the global finance world as well. So let's wait and see what happens to Tether USDT. Now, guys, let's discuss some unfortunate news, and that is regarding Ledger, a leading hardware wallet service provider. And what happened, guys, is on 14th of December, Ledger did encounter an exploit on WalletConnect Kit, which is a JavaScript library connecting website to wallets, and the industry guys collaborated to swiftly neutralize the exploit, which operated for less than 2 hours, and Ledger actively investigated, filed complaints, and assisted affected individuals in fund recovery. Now, it's really important to note that the exploit did not compromise the integrity of Ledger hardware or Ledger Live, and it was only confined to third-party decentralized apps utilizing the WalletConnect kit. Now, so far as the hackers is concerned or the exploit, it was worth $484,000. So it looks like the hackers have been benefited by roughly $500 million. Definitely unfortunate news. But what happened, guys, later in the day, an update was actually issued by Ledger via Twitter or X, and they actually stated that the genuine WalletConnect Kit 1.1.8 was now fully propagated, and Ledger and WalletConnect can confirm that the malicious code was deactivated, and you are now safe to use your WalletConnect Kit. Now look, guys, unfortunately, this news does seem to be alarming, because when you talk about Ledger hardware wallet, it is considered to be the safest in the world, isn't it? And them having an exploit definitely does not do good for the global cryptocurrency world. So definitely an unfortunate news. Now, guys, let's discuss some news regarding Bitcoin transaction fees. Now listen, guys, at this point of time, you should know that when you send Bitcoin from one person to another, the fee is determined not by the amount as in traditional banking system, but it is designed based on the time on when you want to get the funds transferred. So you could send, let's say, 600 or 500 million, even $2 or $3 billion worth of Bitcoin, and you can literally pay a few pennies for the transaction to go through. At the same time, guys, you can send, let's say, $10 or $20 worth of Bitcoin, but in order to get the transaction faster, you can pay an exuberant fees. So it's really important to understand that when you talk about Bitcoin or cryptocurrency transactions in general, the transaction fees is based on the time and not necessarily based on the amount. Because when you transfer funds using a banking account, the transaction fees are based on the amount or a standardized fees, isn't it? Unfortunately, cryptocurrency world does not work that way. Now, there is an unfortunate news regarding Bitcoin transaction fees, and they have surged a 20-month high. And the fees is actually coinciding with the price of Bitcoin reaching $69,000 in the year in 2020. And recent data does actually indicate that Bitcoin miners are reaping significant benefits from these elevated fees. Now listen guys, so far as miners are concerned, there are two ways how they make money. The first one is the Bitcoin rewards that they get for solving a block, and the second one is by fee. So let's say if person A sends transactions to person B, there is a transaction fee, and this transaction fee is given solely to the miners, and that is how Bitcoin miners make money. Now, increasing the transaction fees is definitely beneficial to miners, isn't it? Now, while some market participants express concerns, many long-term players dismiss complaints about the current fee levels, and to be honest, guys, Bitcoin ordinal inscriptions has resulted in elevated transaction fees for all network users, isn't it? And guys, the size of the unconfirmed on-chain transaction backlog is vast, resulting in transactions with an attached fee of even $2 having no on-chain priority. But what you can do is, guys, if you do want to go ahead and check how many transactions are waiting, you can go to mempool.space. Now, unfortunately, at this point of time, there are 350,000 transactions waiting to be confirmed. Definitely not right, guys. And one of the Twitter X users called as Hodlnut did actually argue that demanding low fees for level 1 transactions is not just ignorant, it feeds into an attack on Bitcoin. Now listen guys, having 350,000 transactions on hold is definitely not good for the Bitcoin blockchain ecosystem, isn't it? But listen guys, if you're a miner, it just means additional income, and miners will definitely be advocating for more Bitcoin ordinals. And unfortunately guys, this is one of the limitations of a small block, isn't it? Because the moment you have small block, you can't go ahead and add more transactions. And that is one of the reasons why there was a fork between Bitcoin Core and Bitcoin Cash. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, what level the prices reaches as and when the Bitcoin halving approaches. So those were some macro level news, guys, from Crypto and Coffee at 8. Now let's look at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And the first news, guys, is all the way from Abu Dhabi. And the news is that Mubadala-backed Andalusia Labs raised $48 million and they have set up their headquarters in the Emirate of Abu Dhabi. So let me go ahead and give out more information regarding this news, because Andalusia Labs, which is backed by Mubadala, raised $48 million in funding round, and the funding round increases Andalusia Labs' valuation to $1 billion. And Andalusia Labs, guys, have established the global headquarters in Abu Dhabi Global Market, and Lightspeed Venture Partners, which is based in California, did actually read the funding round, and participating investors include Mubadala Capital, Pantera Capital, Framework Ventures, Bain Capital Ventures and Digital Currency Group as well. And the founders, Rauf Binhar and Drew Patel, expressed plan to develop top-tier products for users and drive innovation in global financial services. And guys, Andalusia Labs were formerly known as Risk Harbor, and their focus was on risk management, infrastructure for digital assets, and the company now aims to use the funds for product development, institutional partnership, and global expansion. And Abu Dhabi Global Market, also called as ADGM, is a strategic location for Andalusia Labs, aligning with Abu Dhabi's efforts to boost the financial sector, isn't it? And Abu Dhabi Global Market's financial free zone, guys, has experienced 35% annual growth rate in operational entities, reaching 1,717 in Q3 alone, and Andalusia Labs plans to hire across various divisions, including finance, business development, artificial intelligence, cryptography, distributed systems and security engineering. And Sean Lee, the managing partner at Mubadala Capital, anticipates unparalleled growth for Andalusia Labs with the establishment of its global headquarters in Abu Dhabi. and the company addresses security challenges in the blockchain industry with technology solutions, and Andalusia Labs guys is recognized for filling the gaps in risk management that is crucial for financial institutions and blockchain companies. And Lightspeed's Ravi Matre highlights the importance of robust risk management technologies in the cryptocurrency industry, and Gaz's recent challenges in the cryptocurrency industry include legal issues for Binance's co-founder CZ and fraud convictions of FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried, isn't it? That despite all this drama, them moving the headquarters to the Emirate of Abu Dhabi is definitely promising and definitely positive. Now guys, let's discuss second news, and this news guys has to do with Web3 Wallet and UAE-based Seagrass and the Hashgraph Association have launched a co-funded carbon credit Web3 identity wallet. So let me go ahead and explain what this news is all about. Because essentially guys, what the news is that the Hashgraph Association and UAE-based Seagrass, a subsidiary of EON, announced a co-funded initiative for Web3 identity wallet related to carbon credits, and the Seagrass wallet is a proof-of-concept digital wallet providing users with a decentralized digital identity and wallet for carbon credits. The initiative aims to accelerate the adoption of distributed ledger technology, also called as DLT, globally, specifically using Hedera, which is a DLT network, and Seagrass, which is based in Abu Dhabi Global Market, holds a license to arrange trades in environment instruments from Abu Dhabi Global Markets Financial Services Regulatory Authority, and Seagrass chose the UAE due to its strategic position as a crossroads for origination and demands for carbon credits, and the goal is to transform carbon finance and contribute to the net zero transition by creating a centralized marketplace with transparency, technology, and integrity. And so far as the Web3 identity is concerned, the Web3 identity wallet guys uses self-sovereign identity, also called as SSI architecture, enabled by Hedera, ensuring compliance with European standards, and the digital wallet creates, stores, and presents verifiable credentials alongside the storage and exchange of assets, enhancing transparency in environment and economic data, and users onboarded by Seagrass gain control of the credentials, potentially saving time and reducing costs in interactions with other market participants. And the proof of concept guys is compatible with Seagrass Carbon Map, which is essentially an application providing sophisticated data on nature-based projects' impact. And Seagrass wallet is currently in testing and expected to be available to clients in 2024. And Thomas Spur, the Chief Strategy and Innovation Officer at E.ON, expressed pride in the partnership with Hashgraph Association and looks forward to the implementation in 2024. And Kamal Yousseifi, the president of the board of Hashgraph Association, emphasizes the focus on building a net zero carbon future and the combined power of Hedera's DLT with Seagrass's commitment. And the Hashgraph Association supports training and education program aiming for broad adoption of Hedera power solution and application in the decentralized economy. And the association funds innovation, research and development for economic inclusion with a positive environmental, social and governance impact. That is the whole ESG hype, isn't it? And Seagrass is a climate action company wholly owned by E.ON with a focus on unlocking the potential of carbon markets and accelerating the transition to net zero. And Seagrass guys is headquartered in ADGM Financial Center and is licensed to arrange trades in environmental instruments. And the collaboration between Seagrass and the Hashgraph Association aims to scale carbon markets through liquidity, integrity, and digital access for all. So definitely a positive news. So those were the news guys from Crypto and Coffee Date from Blockchain TXP. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxp.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxp.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes, it's going to be an Ask Me Anything series where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain TXP. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Ralin who asks, will stablecoins compete with central bank digital currency? Most likely, yes, Ralin. I don't see a reason why stablecoins will coexist with central bank digital currency. If you look at the value of stablecoins, they are backed 1-to-1 by a fiat currency, and most of them not. It is the US dollar, isn't it? And that is exactly what central bank digital currency will be as well. So I don't see the reason as to why a stablecoin will actually exist with central bank digital currency. Could it be possible that all the stablecoin issuers go ahead and merge with central bank digital currency? That is a very high possibility. Now, unfortunately, if you look at the number of stable coins in comparison to, let's say, central bank digital currency, to be honest, the numbers are ridiculously minuscule, less than 0.0001% as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if stable coins would actually coexist, because the threats of stable coins is absolutely minuscule. But I really don't understand the reasoning as to why one would want to use stable coins once central bank digital currency kicks in. Now, granted, Ralin, it might take at least 3 to 5 years, maybe even longer, for central bank digital currency to go mainstream. So the big question is, what happens to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency? Now, right now, Ralin, as we are speaking, Simon Dixon, one of the OGs of Bitcoin, and I do feel that he knows quite a lot about Bitcoin. As a matter of fact, he's one of the guys who's been talking about Bitcoin or peer-to-peer electronic cash system even before Bitcoin's existence, and he's lately putting up videos stating, could it be possible that the governments will go ahead and put a ban on Bitcoin once CBDCs are rolled out? Now, that is what his theory is. So what I'd really recommend our listeners to do is follow Simon Dixon on LinkedIn, and he does have a YouTube channel as well. Now, mind you, in the past, he has made out some really wild predictions, and none of them have actually come true as well. I very specifically remember during the pandemic days, he was actually claiming that what was going to happen is they're going to start issuing a global passport, and the global passport will be connected to your central bank digital currency. So let's say if you were to do international transactions, the taxations will be done automatically. And there were quite a lot of conspiracies that he did actually come up with. Unfortunately, none of those things materialized. But right now what he's talking about is, once central bank digital currency kicks in, will the government go ahead and decide to go ahead and ban Bitcoin? Now, really, I'm not sure what the future of that is, and to be completely honest, at this point of time, Ralin, I haven't watched the video yet, but what I'd really recommend our listeners to do is go ahead and watch that video, and maybe what he says does actually come out to be true, or maybe it does not come out to be true. Now, all these things being said, what I'd really recommend our listeners to do is, Simon Dixon has put up an excellent video, and I believe he put it way back in 2016, where he went ahead and explained 6 different forms of money. So definitely feel free to go ahead and check it out. Now, going back to your question, I do feel that stable coins will actually compete with central bank digital currency, but if you look at the amount, it is absolutely minuscule. But I don't understand why one would want to use stable coins, because listen, stablecoin issuers are just replacing the role of a bank, and earlier today we discussed Tether.to, which is the leading stablecoin issuer, and they have officially acknowledged their collaboration with US government agencies, that is with Department of Justice, the Federal Bureau of Investigation or FBI, and also Secret Service. So I really don't understand why anyone would want to use stablecoins once you have central bank digital currency. Those are my thoughts on it. And guys, listen, I do have another series that I tend to release every Fridays called is Metaverse Everything, where I talk everything about Metaverse. Now, so far as Metaverse is concerned, as much as I dislike saying it, rather than using cryptocurrency or stable coins, central bank digital currency might turn out to be an ideal fit so far as payment is concerned, so far as medium of exchange is concerned. And guys, listen, you always need to tackle the bandwidth when people go ahead and log into Metaverse. Unfortunately, cryptocurrencies just will not be able to do that. Those are my honest thoughts on it. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything series on Blockchain TXP. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxp.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxp.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about Metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. And guys, remember, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. And how the series of episodes under Crypto and Coffee at 8 works is, we usually cover some top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well. news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE and Middle East in the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.